somewhere in 2023, I was going through an exercise looking at my team, our staff, their billing practices, and I realized that they were underbilling, like underbilling for their time, billing not enough units for the time they're spent. And I said, well, what's going on here? What's happening? Then I got to talking to several of our clinicians, and I realized they don't really have a knowledge base of the actual rules and regulations of how to properly bill. And so I dove into it more, and I realized my entire staff almost didn't understand the rules and regulations of how you can properly bill and how you maximize your billing. So I did a huge long training, spent several weeks and months developing this, researching, getting them all the actual rules and regulations, and spent about a 4-hour course with all of our team. And did that in the fall or December of 2023. So in 2024, our revenue improved significantly. So we increased our visit $12.66 per visit. So compared to 2023 to 2024, our visit reimbursement increased $12.66 per visit across my whole company, simply from having a 4-hour conversation explaining how proper billing works ethically and legally.
Yeah. Okay, so like, and we got to highlight that here because I appreciate you being willing to share that. Obviously, nobody in their right mind would think this was a bad idea. You put in 4 hours of training, and on the other side of that, you're getting $12 more per visit. That's like magic. That's amazing. Just to kind of maybe, obviously, don't give us any details that shouldn't be public, right? And we're going to put in the show notes. We'll put a link to GTS and your company website so that any other practice owner can not only see what business you've built, but also reach out to you if you're open to that. I guess based on personal curiosity, there's a lot of different ways I want to go here, but how did the team respond? I mean, what, like you have the clarity of hindsight now where you can see the results. You can see that extra $12 and I'm sure you deployed it in different ways to grow and reward these people. But at the time, I can imagine that the average employee, not just at your company, anywhere, here comes the boss. The boss says, guys, we're retraining. We're doing this thing. Like how was that? If I was a fly on the wall that day, what was the reception like? Were they excited? Were they like kind of rolling their eyes?
Yeah. So that day we did that. We had about 80 plus clinicians in the room for this training, and they're all from all over the place. My organization come together. And honestly, the first hour, you could just tell they were arms crossed. We're not listening to this. He's coming in here. He's about making money. He's all he's thinking about, blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. After the first hour, when I got into it, actually explain to them, you can see they're starting to perk up a little bit. Light bulbs come on. And then I'd say when we're done, after the whole 4 hours, I would say 90% of them were on board. Like, I understand now more about this billing, and they're on board to go. We had a few holdouts that were like, old school guys. And then we've done a few retrainings as the years gone on, where we can watch in Strata and see where these numbers start to drop a little bit. And we just go to a clinic and do a luncheon, a little reminder, get things back on track.
If you'd like to learn more about Strata PT and see how our EMR and RCM works, head over to stratapt.com to book a demo.